Nice piano.
I heard you calling on the megaphone. You wanna see me all alone. As legend has it, you are quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow. And if you'd never call for me, I might have drowned in melancholy. I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I, right before you lit my sky up. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. Late one night, you took me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. 100 on the land, let's see.
What in the Shakespeare is happening right now with T Swift? I'll tell you what, playing off of Ophelia. Ophelia from Hamlet, a classic Shakespearean tragedy. And what happens to Ophelia? I heard a line about her drowning in her misery. Ophelia died through drowning, but she died through heartbreak. She went crazy in the end. Hamlet was very hot and cold with her, on and off. And you could probably see how Taylor like relates herself to a character like Ophelia, feeling like maybe her life is like a Greek tragedy with the hot and cold of relationships, being driven to madness. Ophelia was kind of lost into her own realm, her own mind, expressing herself, handing out flowers. Taylor feeling like she's handing out flowers and never getting them returned. I think there's a lot of parallels there. So really interesting just like hearing this writing. But for me, this definitely feels like a Travis one, like calling out on the megaphone. Feels like a classic romantic movie. You know, like stood outside of the window, calling out on the megaphone, like putting it out there and how they met. And he's a pyro and they're lighting the world on fire. Some really clever wordplay, and then lit my night sky up as well. The symbolism, but still playing off of this is what Taylor's really good at with her pen game. You know, you give her a line, you give her something, a certain concept, and she's very good at honing in on that concept and then like just having little words that just flip that concept and flip that. In this case, being a pyro, lighting up the night sky, setting the world on fire, them being like a match, a perfect match and all of that.
As legend has it, you are quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow. And if you'd never call for me, I might have drowned in melancholy. I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I.
To me, myself. She's just got a certain way. This is kind of like got a little bit of a swing bounce to it, but at the same time, like her voice is just very, you know, it's kind of whispered. It's kind of a drop down sort of cadence. It's not like she's really like pushing power chords or notes, but I like this. I like sort of like this sort of devil may care delivery on the track. I think it's perfect for the swing and bounce of this and the pulsating bass.
Right before you lit my sky up. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all.
Holding your powers, he was collecting the rings like Thanos for the Super Bowl.
Late one night, you took me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
Dug me out from my grave. So her symbolic grave, right? Of feeling like she's so disconnected from love. But also, Ophelia died in Hamlet, so literally being dug out of the grave. So again, love the parallel writing to this.
100 on the land, let's see the sky, pledge allegiance to.
We saw MGK do this with Orpheus, and I'm just a fan of like taking these classic tragedies and like interweaving them into a first-person narration and perspective with the lyricism. So you have just like this double writing of what's happening to the person writing, in this case Taylor, but then also connecting it to another story, another main character.
Do your hands, your team, your vibes, secure where the hell you been. 'Cause now your mind is about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia, the eldest daughter of a nobleman. Ophelia lived in fantasy, but love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity. And if you'd never call.
Well, love that little haunting, like sanity, just like higher harmony, just like back in the mix where she pushes. It's almost like she's going insane within the mix itself because she still has like this drop down, insanity, and just kind of holding that out, kind of breathy, almost Billie Eilish like. But then you just hear like a push towards the back of the mix. But for me, before this,
Was a cold bed full of scorpions. But love was a cold bed full of scorpions.
Love was a cold bed. Again, talking about her journey, but as well the journey of Ophelia, and then the daughter of a nobleman, which Ophelia was, and living in fantasy. I found that so fitting for Taylor because she lives in a world of fantasy, because she creates, right? She creates these works of fantasy, but they also are based on her life, versus Shakespearean tragedy of Hamlet is a fantasy. Ophelia, who starts to go crazy in her own world, just gets locked inside her own head, inside her own fantasies too. Some layers to the lyricism.
Love was a cold bed full of scorpions. The venom stole her sanity. And if you'd never called for me, I might have lingered in purgatory. You wrap around me like a chain, a crown, a vine, pulling me into the fire. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. They want now. You took me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hand.
I love that little repeat. The land, the sea, this sky. Almost like sort of like a callback, like crowd chant to it.
Your team, your vibes, don't care where the
I
hell
don't know why I'm thinking like Paul Revere and like by land or by sea.
you've been.
We're gonna find Travis.
Now your mind, it's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia.
Simple line. Sleepless night you've been dreaming of. Just playing off that. Well, how can it be sleepless? Because dreams happen within sleep. So I love just playing off of that. Sleepless night because they're up all night together. You've been dreaming of this moment, trying to achieve this love.
Locked inside my memory.
Just a nice little paradoxical bar right there.
The fate of Ophelia is locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. Locked inside my memory, and
Locked inside my memory. It's almost like just a monologue from Shakespeare right there. Like it has a little bit of theatricality to this song.
deceived, all because you came for me. Locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. All that time I sat alone in my tower, you were just honing your powers. Now I can see it all. I can see it all. They want now. You took me out of my grave and saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hand, your team, your vibes. Don't care where the hell you've been. 'Cause now your mind, it's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia. You saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
Copies of Hamlet are about to be increased. I tell you what, I just love how we started with that piano and kind of that opening breathy note, and then we end on that piano and just kind of like that final sort of drop down moment. But what a beautiful sentiment. And for me, it's a nice duality because you have the tragedy of Ophelia, right? You have this darkness, and yet she's finding this light within the dark. She's finding this hope all of a sudden. The tragic romantic poet of Taylor Swift. Yeah, really enjoyed that opening.
Sit down, sit down. I'm like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, how we do it like that? Like, wow, better sit your ass down.